India is known around the world for its history, cultural heritage, and diversity. Its ancient scriptures and texts have been the way of life of its people for thousands of years. Today, the country is taking huge strides in various fields like arts and science, paving a way towards a progressive India. So friends, I'm your host Shreya Savijay, and today in our episode of My India, we'll take a look at some of the stories that very well showcase the unique culture and prosperity of our country, stretching from Himalayas to Kanyakumari. Known as Paradise on Earth, Jammu and Kashmir is home to rich and diverse cultural heritage that has been for long acting as a bridge between people of different communities. To keep the glory of this culture maintained among the new generation, authorities in the Union Territory keep on organizing a number of cultural events on day-to-day basis. The latest one held in the row was a Dogri festival in Jammu that beautifully showcased Dogri cuisines, culture and craft. Have a look. The native folk dances like Haran and Dheku mesmerized the audience as the age-old Dogri culture was on display in Jammu. Wearing masks and adhering to social distancing norms, people visited the two-day Dogri cuisine, culture and craft festival to dive deep into the rich legacy of Duggar heritage. Organized by J&K Tourism Development Corporation in collaboration with Directorate of Tourism, the festival aimed at showing the ethnicity of Jammu and Kashmir besides giving boost to the tourism sector.
आप यहाँ आके देख रहे हैं कि हमारा कितनी रिचनेस है हमारे कल्चर में। हमारा जो कल्चर है, हमारा आर्ट है, हमारा क्राफ्ट है, हमारा म्यूज़िक है, उसमें कितनी रिचनेस है, हमारी कैसी ट्रेडिशंस रह चुकी हैं। इट इज़ समथिंग सो ब्यूटीफुल। और हमारी कोशिश है कि हम अपने लोगों को, एक तो अपने यहाँ के रहने वाले लोगों को और उसके साथ साथ जो भी बाहर से हमें विज़िट करने आए, उसको हम वी एक्सपोज देम टू दिस कल्चर बिकॉज दिस इज़ समथिंग वेरी ब्यूटीफुल। और हम जो भी बाहर से आए, हमारी कोशिश है हमारे टूरिस्ट आएँ, कोई भी हमारे जम्मू कश्मीर में आए, उनको हम एक लोकल एक्सपीरियंस दे सकें। और ऐसे जो हम इवेंट्स कर रहे हैं, इन इवेंट्स का ये भी मकसद है कि मैं इन इवेंट्स को कहूँगा कि दीज इवेंट्स आर एन इन्विटेशन टू पीपल फ्रॉम ऑल ओवर द कंट्री, फ्रॉम ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड टू कम एंड गेट अ टेस्ट ऑफ जम्मू एंड कश्मीर.
Ranging from a photo exhibition of Basoli paintings to Calico paintings, a number of rich art and craft items of Jammu were exhibited during the festival. Apart from that, old and ancient manuscripts, coinage, utensils, musical instruments and pottery along with a variety of handlooms were also showcased, providing visitors a great insight into the local culture.
ओल्ड हेरिटेज की भी नुमाइश लगी हुई है यहाँ पे अंदर, जिसमें आप पुराने जो बर्तन हैं वो देख सकते हैं पुरानी। उसके साथ फ़ोटो एग्जीबिशन भी चल रही है, कल्चरल प्रोग्राम भी चल रहे हैं। तो मैं समझता हूँ कि जम्मू में एक नया अवसर आया है कि लोग जो हैं टूरिज़म के साथ जुड़े हैं। और पूरा जम्मू कश्मीर के अंदर ख़ास करके ये जो रीजन है जम्मू का, इसमें बड़ा पोटेंशियल है क्योंकि पहाड़ हैं, दाराएँ हैं, वैष्णो माता है और उसके साथ साथ बहुत बड़े बड़े जो हमारे यहाँ जो पीर बाबा हैं, मज़ार हैं और रिलीजियस टूरिज़म का है यहाँ पोटेंशियल। यहाँ ट्राइबल टूरिज़म का पोटेंशियल है, यहाँ हेरिटेज टूरिज़म का पोटेंशियल है, यहाँ बॉर्डर टूरिज़म का पोटेंशियल है, यहाँ पे जो ट्रैकिंग का टूरिज़म का पोटेंशियल है। तो बहुत सारे पोटेंशियल्स को इकट्ठा करना पड़ेगा, तब जाके प्रॉपरली यहाँ पे डेवलपमेंट टूरिज़म के ज़रिए से हर आदमी को रोज़ी रोटी भी मिलेगी, लोग भी आएंगे। हम अगर अपने ही लोगों को ले जा सकें उन जगहों पे, उन इलाकों में जहाँ वो नहीं गए हैं जम्मू कश्मीर के वासी होके भी, तो ये भी हमारी बड़ी कामयाबी होगी। मैं समझता हूँ कि ये बड़ा अच्छा इनिशिएटिव है एथनिक फूड को, हेरिटेज को, क्राफ्ट को, कल्चर को इकट्ठा करने का।
Alongside handlooms and handicrafts, cuisines from various districts of Jammu division also drew the major attention of the crowd. Be it the delectable local dishes from Rajouri, Poonch, Doda and Kishtwar districts or various varieties of breads, visitors had a number of options to tantalize their taste buds.
ये सारी वेराइटीज़ अभी बाकी रेस्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड के लिए बहुत यूनिक है, क्योंकि बहुत वेराइटी ऑफ खाना खाया अभी। डोगरी खाना ऐसे लगता है जैसे अनटच्ड है अभी, तो लोगों के तक पहुंचना चाहिए ताकि वो यूनिक टेस्ट को फील कर सकें कि इतनी वैरायटी का इतना अच्छा खाना अभी हमने कभी टेस्ट नहीं किया। तो मैं चाहती हूँ यहाँ बहुत सारे लोग आएँ।
जो फूड, क्राफ्ट एंड कल्चर, यही ऐसी एक 3 चीज़ें हैं जो एक रीजन को बाकी जगहों से यूनिक बनाती हैं। पंजाब, हिमाचल, हर जगह का अपना अलग अलग जैसे कि क्विजीन है जो उनको यूनिक बनाती है। यही हमारा पहचान है, यही हमारा इंट्रोडक्शन है पूरे वर्ल्ड को। और जो जम्मू का भी क्विजीन है, जो जम्मू का कल्चर है, काफ़ी हिडन है, काफ़ी यूनिक चीज़ें हैं ये जो कि अभी दुनिया से हिडन है, जिसको हमें शोकेस ज़रूर करना चाहिए। तो काफ़ी बढ़िया काम किया है हमारे जम्मू कश्मीर टूरिज़्म ने, जो ऐसे और सारे इवेंट्स को ऑर्गेनाइज करना चाहिए।
With such events organized on regular basis will not only help in preserving the rich culture of the territory but also let the younger generation to cherish their heritage. Sufism has entrenched itself at the center of cultural and spiritual life in India. Dargahs of Sufi saints in almost every part of the country are the rich reservoirs of this tradition. During the Urs commemoration at the Dargahs, a large number of people from various religions unite to pray for peace and harmony. This was recently witnessed at the Dargah of Mia Mahmood Sahib in Rajouri district of Jammu and Kashmir, where people of all faiths came together to observe the Urs of the holy saint.
Thousands of devotees recently thronged the picturesque Rajouri district of Jammu and Kashmir to commemorate the Urs of the revered Sufi saint Mia Mahmood Sahib. Cutting across religious lines, devotees offered their special prayers to the saint, who is believed to have lit the path of virtue, wisdom, and peace for his fellow beings and followers. They also took part in salutations, supplications, and sermons where Sufi scholars and imams threw light on the life, religious service, teachings, and spiritual strength of the saint who devoted his entire life to serve humanity.
का शुक्र है जनाब, गौस पाक का शुक्र है, मेरे पीर का शुक्र है। ये मियाँ महमूद साहब हमारे इलाके में हैं, इस सरजमीन के ऊपर हैं। अल्लाह ताला का शुक्र है, करोड़ बार शुक्र है। आज उनका उर्स मनाया जाता है। मुसलमान भाई, हिंदू भाई सब आते हैं, उर्स हर साल मनाते हैं।
Dargah holds great significance as it welcomes people of all faiths to seek oneness with God and plays a distinctive role in narrowing the boundaries of religions and boosting secularism in the country. As a part of the Urs commemoration, a langar was also organized wherein cooked food was distributed among the devotees as a holy sacrament. No matter which caste or community they belong to, everyone sit beside each other and relish the meal.
यही पैगाम में मोहब्बत है और यही मोहब्बत का औलिया अल्लाह का सूफिया कराम का यही पैगाम है। और इनकी दावती जो है, इनके यहाँ पर रंग और नस्ल नहीं देखा जाता, बल्कि यहाँ पर हर रंग और नस्ल का, हर मज़हब का आदमी आकर यहाँ पर इन लोगों के बारगाह में आकर अपने खाली दामनों को गोरे मुराद से अल्लाह के फजल करम से पूरा कराता है।
The holy celebration clearly indicates that the lesson of love and compassion that was once propagated by the Sufi saints is still having its roots deeply embedded in the rich culture and traditions of India.
Now, a roundup of some of the major stories that made news recently.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently inaugurated the country's first automated driverless metro train in New Delhi via video conferencing, which was also attended by the chief of the city, Arvind Kejriwal. The train will be fully automated, eliminating the possibility of human error.
देश की पहली पूरी तरह से ऑटोमेटेड मेट्रो, जिसको हम बोलचाल की भाषा में ड्राइवरलेस मेट्रो भी कहते हैं, इसका उद्घाटन करने का अवसर मिला। ये दिखाता है कि भारत कितनी तेजी से स्मार्ट सिस्टम की तरफ आगे बढ़ रहा है।
Rigorous trials have been conducted before the launch of the driverless metro train, which was initially set for May 2020 but had to be postponed due to COVID-19 lockdown. People in Rajkot city of Gujarat are increasingly taking up yoga and meditation to counter the physical and psychological impact of the coronavirus situation in the country. Sitting cross-legged, wearing whites, the yoga students were seen doing breathing exercises in a temple compound of Rajkot. At the instruction of their yoga guru Kishore Bhai Vadyar, they close their eyes and prepare themselves, making different mudras, hand gestures to suit their needs.
तनाव आ जाता है, डिप्रेशन आ जाता है, हाइपरटेंशन आ जाता है, तो उसी में ये ध्यान करने से प्राणायाम के साथ तो ये सभी के दिल और दिमाग में हल्कापन महसूस होता है और हमारे जीवन में हर आने वाले रोगों को रोग प्रतिकारक शक्तियाँ बढ़ जाती है, रोगों से हम मुक्त होने लगते हैं।
Most believe that yogic breathing exercises improve the immunity of the body and meditation calms down the mind, reducing stress levels. The cold wave conditions in New Delhi has left homeless people with no choice but to seek refuge in night shelters to protect themselves from the bone-chilling cold. The homeless people who had to sleep in the open on pavements or under thin tarpaulin sheets, even during winters, were seen sleeping wrapped in several blankets at the night shelter.
ठंड के लिए हमने गद्दे दे रखे हैं, चादर दे रखे, कंबल जिसको 2 चाहिए, 3 चाहिए, 4 चाहिए, पर्याप्त मात्रा में कंबल है, पीने के लिए पानी है हमारे पास। और इसके अलावा नॉर्मल टाइम पे हम इस शेल्टर होम पे 50 लोगों को सुला देते थे।
Dense fog has gripped the national capital, reducing visibility, and people who coming out are dressed in multiple layers of clothing to beat the cold.
Being home to 1.3 billion denizens who belong to different castes and communities, India displays an amazing characteristic of mutual tolerance and peaceful coexistence. Examples defining this unique identity of the country are to be found at its every nook and corner. One among them can be found in the Aligarh city of Uttar Pradesh, where a skill development center has become an epitome of communal harmony by training women of different castes and communities under one roof. Have a look.
A skill development center in Aligarh is not just making women self-reliant, but is also imparting in them a lesson of communal harmony. Being run by an NGO named Manav Samman Seva Samiti under Ministry of Minority Affairs, Sikho or Kamao scheme, a number of women belonging to minority communities, including Muslims, Sikhs, Buddhists, Parsis, Jains, have been learning here together for years. They get trained in the art of stitching and embroidery, further helping them to lead an independent life.
सिलाई, कढ़ाई, ब्यूटिशन, फैशन डिजाइनिंग, गारमेंट मेकिंग हम सिखाने के बाद इनको आत्मनिर्भर बनाते हैं और प्लेसमेंट देते हैं।
अलग अलग कम्युनिटी के आते हैं यहाँ पे, सब मुस्लिम भी हैं, बौद्ध, जैन, सिख, ईसाई सभी आते हैं सीखने के लिए। तो सब लोगों में एकता है, अच्छे से सीखते हैं, साथ रहते हैं और एक दूसरे की हेल्प भी करते हैं और ऐसा कुछ फील नहीं होता कि सब अलग अलग हैं, सब मिलजुल के रहते हैं, प्यार से रहते हैं।
The center trains women in 2 batches, morning and evening, and also provides them a scholarship of ₹2,000 for 2 months. Though belonging to different faiths, all the women getting trained here live in harmony and are always there for each other if the need arises.
कई वर्ग की लड़कियां हैं, जैसे कि मुस्लिम हैं, सिख हैं, जैन हैं, बौद्ध हैं, सारे अलग अलग वर्ग की लड़कियां हैं जो हम लोग एक साथ मिलकर काम करते हैं, सीखते हैं और जिसको जो चीज़ें नहीं आती हैं वो एक दूसरे को बताते हैं। कभी ऐसा फील ही नहीं आया कि हम अलग अलग वर्ग के हैं, ऐसा लगता है कि हम सब लोग एक ही साथ रहते हैं, तो वो बहनें हैं, इस टाइप से हैं।
Time and again, the people of our country have showcased how India embraces all its cultural differences and thrive as a nation with utmost respect and love towards each other's religion.
It's been said that the best way to get a first-hand experience of a place is by exploring its food and culture. Museums, palaces and other heritage sites are a great way to know the history of a region and get a glance of its cultural roots. So, today we take you to the Odisha's Tribal Museum to have a tour of the state's tribal life. Located in Bhubaneswar city of Odisha, the Museum of Tribal Art and Artifacts is emerging as a major tourist hotspot in the city. The museum displays immaculate replicas of tribal huts of various tribal communities and artifacts collected from different tribal groups of Odisha, providing an insight into the life of a tribal. As the country is now returning back to normal amid the worldwide pandemic, the museum is now being opened for visitors after a long break of about 9 months.
We have opened the museum with very strict adherence to COVID-19 guidelines, social distancing, and all possible restrictions we have made. So only 10 persons can enter into our premises at one time, and we have made arrangements that the temperature will be seen. So if the temperature is normal, thermal screening, which you people say, then we'll see whether the mask is there with him or her, and we are also providing sanitizer to to be used in hand before they enter.
Established in the year 1953, this tribal museum is the most sought-after venue for patrons of art and culture as it celebrates the life and cultural activities associated with Odisha's 62 tribal communities. Also called as Museum of Man, it is an aesthetically pleasing site that enables the visitors, research scholars and art enthusiasts to explore the richness of indigenous tribal cultures and multifaceted religions in the state of Odisha. As the museum has now been opened for visitors, they are getting to closely observe the lifestyle of tribals.
9 महीने से सब कुछ बंद था, हम लोग घर पे थे, सो अभी खुला है ये, तो हम आए हैं घूमने एंड सब कुछ बहुत कुछ चेंजेस हुआ है इसमें एंड बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है।
The museum is an excellent place for people with anthropological interest as it provides a deep insight into the different stages of evolution of tribal cultures. Moreover, with the food court and souvenir shop inside the museum's complex, it is also a pleasant place for outing with family and friends. Last but not the least, we bring you a few short stories about the recent developments and happenings across Asia in our new edition, Asia in Focus.
Thailand set up a field hospital at the shrimp market after the country's coronavirus outbreak was reported just over a week ago, with more than 1,500 infections now linked to the shrimp market outside Bangkok. Around 30 beds have been installed and medical staff is working round the clock to treat workers who live isolated around the market. Most of those infected have been migrant workers from Myanmar. Thai government suspects that some workers may have entered the country illegally as infections soared in neighboring Myanmar, where about 117,000 cases have been recorded. At least a dozen infected Thai nationals are also known to have returned from Myanmar in the last month without passing through immigration or undergoing quarantine. A large screen perched on top a hill is bringing the next cinematic experience to the great outdoors, allowing Indonesian filmgoers to watch movies in a safe environment during the pandemic. Known as Cinema Under the Stars, the outdoor camp-style movie space opened 2 months ago in Bandung, the capital of West Java province, with an aim to keep people both entertained and socially distanced. Alongside fluffy pillows, blankets and snacks, each tent is also equipped with hand sanitizer and disinfectant in line with health protocols.
Kalau saya tidak, karena di situ sudah ada protokol kesehatannya kayak seperti hand sanitizer sama memakai masker.
No more than 3 people are allowed in each tent, and each of the 28 tents is about 1.5 to 2 meters apart. The tents may provide limited protection, but for now, moviegoers say life goes on. Inspired by Yemen's rich coffee culture, Yemeni artist Alham Nasser developed her own paint using coffee grounds, which she applies on a variety of supports from traditional canvases to white plates. Through her artwork, Nasser wants to send a message against war and for peace while using Yemeni coffee to reflect her country's identity.
أنا اخترت القهوة لأن هي تعبر عن هويتنا كيمنيين، عن هويتنا كيمنيين. فلقيت القهوة أنسب طريقة إني أبدأ أرسم فيها، ممكن تندرج لأي مدرسة أو فنون تشكيلية. فدورت خلطات سرية، يعني خلطات ممكن تثبت القهوة فيها، فوجدت خلطات سرية خاصة فيني، والرسمة نفسها تثبت لمدة طويلة.
She had never painted portraits before but started to increasingly do so when people around her expressed interest in buying them. Yemen's coffee production dates back to centuries ago when farmers usually select beans by hand before drying them in the sun to produce a unique taste.
That's all we have for you this week. Your comments and suggestions are important to us. Do give us your feedback at myindia@nin.com. I'm your host Shreya Savijay, and it's goodbye from the entire production team.